Hi and welcome to Drawing Machines and Notes from Art Studio Robots number 40, renamed for Alphabetical Relevance. This is the audio version, although there is a video version on YouTube, but it's primarily supposed to be audio, so it won't look that great. If you're here visiting from YouTube, it's supposed to be a read and audio medium. Anyway, we will get on and I will read the newsletter to you. It'll be a short one this week. Who knew that forcing yourself to read out loud the whole thing in front of a camera, often incorrectly and several times, and then having to edit your own stupid face and listen to your voice would kind of make you want to make shorter newsletters, but here we are, so this is what it is. Okay, on with a little bit of inspiration, which is text-mode.org. I will add the link, and you could do a lot worse than using the typewriter tag, which I have down here. And I'm left thinking when I'm looking at those, yes, but what if all that was code and handwriting? And also, why not try their sister site, the Tumblr 2? I don't know why they're not the same thing. There's different contents on both of them, but there we go. I suggest you go have a look at both of them because they're great. A little bit of admin. I've renamed the newsletter, so this is nerdy behind the scenes stuff. I noticed that when viewing other people's newsletters and then clicking on the writer's name to see what other newsletters they're looking at, because I wanted to follow more of them, that they were sorted in alphabetical order, and my old name, the Rev Dan Catt pen plotting newsletter or something, was right down in the T's, so I've renamed it to Drawing Machines and Notes from Art Studio Robots, so it's now much closer at the top because I am that shallow and it'll make it easier for people to find it. But I do think the new title is more suited to what I write about anyway, so that's good. A quick note, PRESEED, which I mentioned the other week, is now available for everyone to mint. It was a access list only thing for holders of my previous YYY seed project, but I've now opened that up to everyone. Again, I'll add the link somewhere. Okay, on to brush height and handwriting. There are two things that I've wanted to get working with the axidraw plotter for a long time. The first is generative handwriting, which, as you've already seen, I pretty much nailed that. The second is getting the pen to adjust its height up and down throughout a whole plotting process. And I've done a very hacky workaround. I've managed to wrangle the axidraw Python library to do what I need. And the short version of that is I keep setting the height of the pen up position and the pen down position to be exactly the same thing. And then as I draw a line, I'm alternating the pen between its up and down position, which are the same thing, allowing you to set the height. In a very quick test, I made it so the brush got lower as the drawing direction tended towards going down left and higher as it moved up right. It's basically a simple vector to height thing, which simulates when you're drawing a little bit with calligraphy of the pen. It seems to work quite well with that very simple rule. It could definitely do some tweaking to improve it around the corners and things like that. But in the newsletter, there should be a short video of that. This is YouTube, so you've already seen a video of that. And there is 100% chance that Substack will mess this up when I post into the newsletter. And a little editor's note here, it did. It totally trashed it. So I've linked to the raw version of that script on GitHub, and then I've put a screenshot in so you can see how short the code is and get an idea for that. Like I said, it's very hacky, but I turned it into a little web server that you can then spin up, and then you can hit that on the URL and give it an X, Y, and Z coordinate, and it'll move the pen plot to that position. I like to do that because although I can use Python, I prefer using Node.js or JavaScript in the browser, and this allows me to still work with a canvas object and then just keep calling that URL to control the pen plotter. Below in the newsletter, a couple of pen plots created from the source image. For the video viewers, I've got the plots here as well. And what's interesting about this is because it's translating any XY position to any pixel point from the source image, that you can draw whatever you want. Lines, curves, it's really fun. Anyway, the code that I've posted above is completely unsupported and there's room for improvements, so controlling the speed would be a good one for when the pen is up, but I figured someone could find that useful. Quick studio update. I think everything is moving forwards with the old studio sale. Last Friday there was a deadline for all sorts of stuff to happen, and I haven't been told that it hasn't happened, and I'm normally told when things haven't happened. Instead, I was just told that things are progressing, which isn't a no, so I'm going to assume that the sale is still happening and it's on for next Wednesday, although I can't believe that's actually going to be true. we'll see how that goes. Wrapping up at the end, I'm pretty sure that I'm giving up social media, by which I mean Twitter and X. The place is giving me really bad vibes. Every time I go there, it's just a horrible mess. I don't need it in my life. And I'm not even sure if I'm going to let Kitty carry on posting there, because, I mean, the place is overrun by bots, and Kitty doesn't want to be in a place like that, I'm sure. At the same time, I don't particularly feel like jumping into Threads or any of the alternatives, Blue Sky, Mastodon, all of that type of stuff. And I've deleted all those apps on my phone. They're just not there. They're not on my browser tab, so I don't really have access to them. Instagram is, I don't know what it is anymore. I liked it when it was for photos and I could see all of my friends' photos. Now it's kind of just for reels, and there's so many adverts in there. Again, it's not a place I really like. Its saving grace on the phone is I can switch to the following tab, so I can actually see what people are doing. You can't do that on the desktop, so it's gone from there as well, but it is staying on my phone because I do like to post what I'm doing now and then. So again, I think it's here in the newsletter and also here on YouTube for people watching, and just sending stuff in the post. I think those are going to be my main social media platforms. I feel like I might possibly be shooting myself in the foot a bit because I'm still supposed to promote myself, but I just don't want to do it on Twitter. It's such an awful place. So I think that's it. I think I'm done with Twitter. It's just here that you find me. Right, that's it. The next newsletter is all set for the 8th of August. So fingers crossed that all the studio stuff has happened by then. And that's it. Nice, short, sweet. I love you all. Bye.